Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're an oldie but a goodie, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little chicken runt and guinea runt for like a few seconds. I hope. So today we're doing our garden tour before the rain comes because it's supposed to rain again. Yep, today. So I'm gonna turn you around. We're gonna start with the green stalks and we'll take it from there. So, I would like to start what I usually start with. I do these videos for my insanity, not yours. Because I'm getting old and very forgetful. So, here's green stalk number 1. As you may or may not know, because I've been doing videos, but not as much as I probably should be doing videos. And at the same time, we are going to harvest some stuff. But the green stalks, clearly, we've been having issues with because of the bug infestation that I had. So, some of my plants clearly did not do too good. Obviously, I got grass growing everywhere because the infestation was really, really bad. And I did buy these basil. I did not grow these myself. I had a thyme and a rosemary that did not come back to life. Not sure what happened to that, but I do have a lot of grass coming in, as you can see. See, grass. I also put sweet potato slips into these because I wanted to at least be able to grow something. I didn't care what. So I put sweet potato slips on the big green stalk. So you have these that are the regular size. And then you have these, that's I think they're called the leaf. So I did put potato slips or sweet potato slips on the big ones. I did have spinach in some of these and it bolted because we were gone for about a week without doing anything to the green stalks. This was an onion that was growing out from my pantry and I just plopped it in there to see if I can get scallions off of it, which I did. Here's number 2. So some of the green beans is working and giving me green beans, but most of it did not pop up. So when we first planted this green stalk, it was all strawberries. You see, strawberries. I got one strawberry, and as you can tell, most of them are dead. So I did put this sweet potato slip on there, but I found out that the strawberries we have is everbearing, so they will give me shoots. So I should be able to get clearly. You see, here's the shoot for the strawberry. So since this is an everbearing, I can take this and put it here and grow another plant if I want. But check out all the strawberries from the plants that at least we got some from. So everbearing, you see, here's a plant, which I probably should clip that and put it somewhere. And then here's another one. It went down here. And probably put it somewhere. And then, so obviously I am able to get more strawberries. The only thing is that obviously something was wrong with the soil of these green stalks. So, I'm gonna have to put these ever-bearing plants somewhere else so I can at least get new flowers. Then some of these were supposed to be bush beans, and for some reason they came out to be pole beans. See, here's another one. And here's another one. So I gotta figure this out before they go bad and die. Here was the whole entire green bean one. And as you can see, like, it was really bad. It gave me a few beans. I mean, I gotten maybe about, so far, 4 canned beans, quart size of beans. So I guess that's not bad. But besides the fact that the bugs was in it, it also got, like, it got sick. So I'm not sure what I want to do with the green stalk. I think my best bet is to give the soil to the chickens and let them scratch it up and eat up whatever bug was in it, and then revive it for next year. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know if I want to do all that. See, there's a sweet potato slip right there. It's finally coming through. The rest died. This one as well. The sweet potatoes are doing good. But everything that was supposed to be a bush bean did not grow. And then I did get freaking grass growing. Ugh, you see, I can't even pull it. That's how bad it is with this crabgrass. And I don't even know where it came from. Never had crabgrass in my green stalk before. So it's upsetting. The green stalks this year has been very upsetting. Here is some green beans, snap peas, but nothing yet. The grass is annoying. So the thought was, since I do have to take out, obviously, the sweet potato from here, I might as well give it to the chicken. That was the thought. So hopefully that'll work. For those who watch my videos, because of Sal, there he goes. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? Say hello to your friends. Say, I am a bad but a good boy at the same time, if that's possible. He does his job, right? You round up the chickens. You try to kill them, but we catch you on time. Typical cattle dog. Yep. Now we're going to go to the garden. So let's give you a good view from here. The flowers from our black bins have grown up and did their thing. I had the same ones but in burgundy red. And then we had these that are white. So all the white ones are behind the red. I also have lavender in each pail. I also have, I think it's peppermint in each pail. And then the two that are flowering right there, those are called, I don't know. I read about it. The deer doesn't like the smell of that flower. So I wouldn't know if they actually work for the deer because we have the dogs. And the dogs keep away the deer. For those who are wondering, that's Bingo under there. And don't be upset. We just have her tied up because she's not neutered. And we do have other dogs in the mountain. And we don't want her to get pregnant. She is getting neutered tomorrow. So after tomorrow, she should be free ranging just like Sal. We just have her tied up there because no dog comes this way from the point where she is, obviously down the mountain. So don't be upset for Bingo. She'll get over it. So here's the garden. The Yaya garden. Coming in, we did have flowers in the 2 tires, but they did not grow. I have a bunch of carrots there. My gandula tree is still going strong. All right, come on, Sal. Yesterday it rained a lot. All the berries are doing great. I have gotten about maybe a quart-size bag of berries. Still no blackberries though. These are the blackberries. They are there. They just haven't grown in yet. I got a few blueberries, a lot of raspberries. What else? Ugh, I can't do this and carry my bucket at the same time, but I was trying to harvest whatever I can while I'm here. Pretty soon we'll have gold, which is potatoes. As you can see, they're dying. So pretty soon we'll have the potatoes. What else do we have? I have a few watermelon that popped up. The guys are Jesse's trying to cut the trees to make more space. The asparagus keeps growing, which is good. The ginger did really good. So did my zinnias. Here's another view of the gold potatoes. Here is a bunch of white sage that I'm going to harvest right now. Ugh, it's so early in the morning, the bugs. The things I do to keep my insanity straight. That's my herb bed. So whenever I get a good size, I do grab from it. Here is the all in all bed. I think we put a little bit of everything just to see what it does. And so far it did pretty good. I mean, I think that's spaghetti squash. Here's all the berries, but there's not a lot that I can see that are ripened. I think the raspberry time is done. So we don't have no more raspberries. Elderberry's not ready yet, but I do have 3 flowers, I think. Or 2 flowers, let's see. I did trim yesterday. So here's one flower right there that's not a flower anymore. But you see the berries coming up. That's the other flower there. And I thought I saw one more, but the rain's bringing out all the bugs. This one has no flowers yet. I retransplanted this flower. What is it called? I don't know what it's called. You guys know what it's called. I don't know what it's called right now. It'll come to me probably later on. And it actually came back to life. I thought that was cool. And the one that I put in the compost bin. So this is going to be my compost. And I've been putting things as I go just to let it pile up, like these things. So here's my rhubarb. From my understanding, the rhubarb, I'm not supposed to do anything the first year. So that's why I didn't harvest any. But from the looks of it, if I don't, it's gonna like tip over and get done anyway. So I don't know. If you guys know a better deal to the rhubarb, let me know. Because from the looks of it, it will tip over and damage other things anyway. So you see, as I cut, I'm just been tossing. I'm going to give the chickens a few. I did have a watermelon here. I think it's a watermelon plant. And then I did have 2 rhubarbs here, but I think it got taken over and it did not do anything. I did transplant the other one that way. All right, so see, let me fix this. All right, there we go. We fixed it. You see, some of these, clearly, the wind blew them yesterday. And now they're not steady today. Oh. But they're turning, so pretty soon we get to harvest tomatoes. That's gonna be great. And then here's the others. They're doing pretty good for being in the heat. This is sweet potato, and I also retransplanted another tomato on there. And then don't forget, all of my tomatoes are against the fencing here, which is great, except that they get really hot. So next year the plan is we're gonna put them on that side of the garden where you see the fence, the piece of wood. We're gonna just line them up so they don't get this much heat, because as you can see, over there is shaded while over here is already booming. And then the sun is gonna come and it's still gonna hit them currently, versus being over there, the sun won't hit them till later. So I do want to move them sometime this week. Maybe on my day off. Today is Sunday, by the way. I got grass in here that I gotta get rid of. The carrots are doing great, actually. Check out how much rain we got yesterday. Yep. And I did retransplanted more tomatoes onto these beds as I picked up the radishes and stuff. I was able to do the transplanting of the tomatoes. I think I got like 3 or 4 here of tomatoes. We did take out all the onions. Very disappointed in my onions, by the way. They were all baby onions. I don't know if it's because I put them too close together. We left a few just to see if maybe I was not supposed to harvest them. I don't know. Some people say they're supposed to be there for 2 years. Others say no, we could be harvesting. So, and this is the African marigold, which I'm not liking, by the way, because it's too big. It's taking over my beds. I did put sweet potatoes in here because they go on underneath, and I'm hoping that they will end up, you know, fixing the beds a little bit. So we did live some onions. I did retransplant a lot of tomatoes. This is that African marigold. You see it's taking over. I don't like it. So I am thinking about ripping it. So in between all of these, I did transplant again some bush beans. I didn't want to leave anything bare. I was going to do carrots here. And then I realized that I did put a sweet potato here. I think that's a sweet potato. Oh, this is not a sweet potato. So I can put carrots here. Alright, that's a plan. You see, my insanity, not yours. That's one of those things that grow from the ground that apparently the roots come all the way down deep, and there's nothing I can do about it but clip them every time I see them and call it a day. I'm very upset about my onions, though. They were really... I got maybe about 4 bag quarts of onions. And I swear they were like indeterminate onions. But what do I know? So I got like 4 quart bags of onions. So some onion is better than no onion, I tell you that much. See, there's the squash. I got a lot of squash. That's the squash that Holds very well in storage. That's why I decided to do that squash. See, I retransplanted a lot of tomatoes. Really mad at the African marigold though. I didn't think it was gonna be that big. This, oh, is it nasturtiums? Told you it'll come to me eventually. The nasturtium, I had 2 here, and that was too big for the bed. So that's the one that I ripped up and put over there. The wind blew off my corn. The corn, I want to say not too bad in some of the beds. That bed did horrible. We don't know what's going on. The tomatoes with clearly the squash. Let's go on the other side. The wind blew it, and now my corn is like tossed to the side. But I hear they come back up. I hope. Let's give it a little help. Oh, it's not bad. Look at it. It's really big too. Oops, sorry. But everything else turned to the side. Wow, look at that big squash I got down there. I don't even know if I'm supposed to pick it. I know you see it. I'm thinking maybe it's too big. Oh my gosh. Never had this squash before either. We're testing things out. Because we shouldn't be picking. Don't forget, it's me, the person who doesn't eat any veggies. You should be proud. At least I'm growing them. So that's the squash that clearly is in this bed. And it grows, it stores longer. So this year, as you guys may or may not know, if you're new here, you don't know, but we just got this property a couple of years back. Well, 5 years ago, to be exact. And the garden, this is our first year in the garden, so I just went crazy and planted every seed I probably had in my container of seeds, just to see, 1, if my seeds are still any good, and 2, to see how good is the soil, or does it need anything, you know? So far everything has been great. The soil here was like clay. It's clay soil. And I think it's doing pretty good. That's the tomato. I even got banana plants. Check out the broccoli. Ooh, should I pick up the broccoli? I don't even know. These peppers, some of these are big. I'm over here. It was supposed to be a tour, people. I'm sorry. It became a tour / pick the peppers. Check out the broccoli. How do I know if it's ready? The dilemma of a non-green eating person. It is huge. That's a huge broccoli. I'm gonna take it. Give me a minute. Look at that. For a person who doesn't eat any of this stuff, I'm very excited. That is so cool. Alright, then on this bed, this was I am like drawing a blank. And don't mind me, people. You know I'm always like this. I call it the COVID brain. I know it. I see it. Celery. This was my celery bed. I trimmed up as much celery as I could have to give space. And I even put some on the ground so I can compost in place. Because there was so many. I have 2-gallon bags of frozen celery. Plus I have a half-gallon jar of freeze-dried celery. So I'm good for celery. I put it on my list that next year we're not doing celery. Check out the loofah. So the loofah, never grown this in my life, but I wanted to because I wanted to start saving my own sponges and doing soap, my soap with these sponges. I do see some that grew, but they turned yellow, so I'm not sure what does that mean, right? Like, let me zoom you in. Where are you? Right there. You see it? It turned yellow. So there's 4 plants in here. I did notice ants climbing on it. I do a peppermint, cinnamon, something oil thing that I do. And it did work at first. I also used diatomaceous earth. But it's been raining so much. And that kind of stuff you just got to constantly be... Apparently, you got to constantly apply it. I put another sweet potato here. Let me take my bucket. There's another... More marigolds. Here's another squash. That's a beautiful zinnia. I have a cabbage in this bed. Not sure how good it's doing. I found another pepper that looks really big. Let's go over here. So I have a lot of cucumbers growing on this side. Oh, one died. It was lemon, cucumber, and cynos. Then we have a lot of tomatoes. Clearly that African marigold, never using that again. And then we do have, I do have a lot of kohlrabis that haven't grown big enough. I got one that was big enough. The rest are still babies. Then here, I had put bush beans around this whole entire section right here. And apparently one is not a bush bean. It was also a pole bean, which is very upsetting because it's hogging up my tomato plant. And I can't believe that it was not a bush bean. I mean, I had them all in one. It was that one packet. And I don't know what happened. See, they were supposed to be like this. Bush. See, bush. And then don't forget, this was a mushroom compost. So I've been having a lot of mushroom coming out of the beds. Here I put another tomato plant to climb up with the owl here. More marigold. This cabbage, I left it for bait. And it seemed like it worked. Because none of the other cabbages have been affected. And I'll show you that in a minute. Here's more carrots. So wherever I had an empty space, I did put carrots. Here was supposed to be pole beans that are now being eaten by something there. I think that's no bueno. That are being eaten by something there. I don't know what that is. Beetles, I guess. Oh, great. So I'm gonna have to spray. I got beets under there, but they're not ready yet. Here's another kind of squash, except it got stuck in here. And I really thought it was gonna grow out of here. But for some reason, it did not grow out from here. Not yet, anyways. And I don't want to break it. It's not big enough yet. So beets. More beets. And then I transplanted more tomatoes. I had carrots there. On this bed, we have more cabbages, more tomatoes, more carrots. You see, and now the cabbages are coming up pretty good. Look at my marigold. No, my zinnias. Sorry, zinnias. COVID brain, people. COVID brain. Hopefully it'll stay that way. I need a better trellis for this one. So the cabbages are doing good. The other side is peanuts. So you can see this side, this bed, has sweet potatoes, more tomatoes, sweet peas. Trying to fix this plant to live. And beets on the other side. And beetles eating my beans. Great. Ugh. That's what happens when you come in the rain. I hope the beetles are not eating my potatoes. Okay, so peanuts. Here's another tomato plant that got thrown by the wind, I guess. And I need it to go up. I mean, it was up. I don't know what happened. The weight of it, I guess. Yep, I need to come put another trellis on that. Here's more squash. Oh, today is gonna rain, so spring is kind of crazy. So you see let me show you see how they grow out of the ground, but it's not really a sweet potato because this one has thorns on it. So they tell me to just keep trimming as I go because there's nothing I can do about it. This bed did really bad. Really bad. And my guess is I had cow manure, topsoil from Lowe's, and that was it. It was just cow manure and topsoil from Lowe's. And since I'm having so much issue with my green stalks, I am guessing it was the topsoil from Lowe's. That's my guess, because everything here, did nothing. It's horrible. I mean, even the sunflower is struggling. The wind feels so good. And then I had beans, and it's been trying, but nothing crazy. I mean, even the sweet potato that I just plopped there is not doing too good. Nope. But I'm alright because this is the bed. So if you can picture this with me, we're going to take this bed out because as you can see, it slumps. You can probably see it better from the other angle. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to put this bed next to the owl. Right there. On that side. So it can be a little more leveled. And then I was thinking about finishing up maybe this side right here with beds. Maybe the same beds or different beds. I don't know. We're still thinking about it. I put them in my Amazon cart until I decide. Because I can't do anything anyways until the season is over. So here's the corn. I mean, there's corn everywhere on that side as well. And so far, I think I'm safe because it does say knee-high by 4th of July, and most of it is knee-high. 4th of July is Friday, so I think we're good. And then these are all the potatoes that are clearly turning to gold, meaning they're ready to go. So we have to come in here and start taking these out. The rain is not helping us, clearly. So I am hoping that by this week, maybe Friday morning, if it's not raining, we can take it out. Now, this was my cold crop bed, which had all the cabbages in it and all the goody stuff. But some of it bolted, so the spinach bolted. I'm letting them seed out. See how that works out for me. That's why we left it. That broccoli seeded, so I left it alone. I think this is a broccoli, but nothing. This broccoli is doing good. I have a few kohlrabis in here that look like they should be soon ready to go. So, and I have a lot of bush beans everywhere because we like the bush beans. Yep, you heard me correctly. But only my bush beans. I can tolerate eating my food. Not sure about store-bought food. So here's all the cabbages, which they were doing great. I don't know what's going on. And then I did have my spray bottle somewhere, so I'm gonna have to come and spray when I'm done with you guys. Because some of this stuff, all the broccoli is flowering. It's too hot. And then there's the corn. Here's more corn. Then some of this stuff struggled. So this way, tomato ends here. These are all the tomatoes that I want to move out of the heat. I have all these sweet peppers everywhere, which is fine as long as they're really big. I'll grab them. I have a sweet potato here with a pepper. Because I want to see how the sweet potato does inside this bag, I guess. Really. And so far, it looks like it's doing great. On this side, we had bell peppers that are struggling. I had eggplant, and the eggplant did really bad. That thing is really struggling. But don't forget, this is the ground that we walk on. No. And clearly, I did put the cover crop, but the cover crop was not done. My timing was off. Well, my timing was not off. I just didn't have time. When the time came for me to do clearly. I'm struggling to take this cucumber out. Maybe I should clip him. When the time came to do my cover cropping, it looks like I didn't have enough time to like kill the cover crop. So, that being said, that's why I still got cover crops here within the same mix as my garden, which I don't mind it because I feel like it's giving it nutrients. It's actually working. It's doing its thing. So I'm alright with it, actually. You see, because I think my corn would not be knee-high by 4th of July if it wasn't for the cover crop. And I still needed to work. So, yeah. I have squash here for zucchini, I think it is. Zucchini. Never ate that either. I was actually trimming yesterday and saw a bunch of cucumbers that I could be harvesting. Also, I'll make you laugh. I think I killed a couple of plants. Yep. That was me killing plants with the trimmer yesterday. So, I hear the kids running around. What? we still got more peppers to grab. Alright, more peppers. This is a lot of stuff. And pretty soon I'm gonna have to stop because I'm gonna go back inside with the kitty poos and then come back out here. Alright, here is the melons. We don't have anything yet except for one. These are all peppers, sweet peppers here, bell peppers going that way. I did grab a few that were already big. That's my pile of sweet potato, obviously corn, and then those were all squashes, melons, watermelon on the other side. I got hot peppers over there on that corner. And Lexi and Jesse did my greenhouse yesterday. Thank you, my peeps. Because I wouldn't be able to do that without them. Alright, guys. The peak of the sun is hitting. So I will finish this video later. Hopefully it won't rain. So maybe I should close it here. Because it is 45 minutes in. I am going to spray. You don't need to see me spray. I showed you all of the corn. I showed you all the melons here, going all the way down that way. And the corn. That's all knee high by 4th of July, so we're good. Oh, I was going to say it's cold, but it's not cold. It's hot. Alright, guys. I'm out. Thank you for watching. God bless. Don't forget to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys on the next one whenever I can. Bye.